So which scientist put their greatest work in a letter not to be opened till after their death? The answer is Charles Darwin.
Right now, a relatively quick one. Would you open a letter you've been told not to? This was the problem posed to Daily Mirror agony aunt Colleen Nolan, as opposed to international style icon Colin Roney. A reader... Just indulge me. A reader told her how a sick friend had given them a letter which they said promised them great things. The only catch was they weren't allowed to open it until after their friend's death. Could you do as they were asked, or would you have a sneak peek? Well, Colleen reckons you shouldn't look, as you'd never be able to live with yourself. You'd have to respect your friend's wishes. But psychologists tell us it's not as straightforward as that. According to the University of New England, a not-to-be-open letter comes in the same spirit as Pandora's box or the tree in the Garden of Eden. It's about temptation, and it's been put in front of you for a reason. Whether or not you should open it depends on how much you trust the letter writer. Trust them a lot, and it should stay sealed, as you know they're telling the truth when they say it's good news, and therefore you know their motives are sound, and therefore you want to respect them. But if you don't have such faith in the sender, then rip the envelope open. Telling you to keep it sealed was just a test on their part. They know full well you'll succumb. In fact, they want you to. That's what the head doctors say. What would you do, Ray?
It's easy. You don't open it. For one of two reasons. If you can trust them and they don't want you to open it, you don't open it. And if they're playing games with you and you open it, you've played into their hands, because then they are wanting you to respond to the temptation. So again, don't open it.
Ah, that's very good. Did you open Christmas presents as a child?
No.
Sneakily, no. Me neither. Larry?
I wouldn't open it, but only because we were talking about this yesterday, and you hadn't told me the person was dying. OK, so this is the dying person's wish. And, you know, you don't mess with dying people's wishes. So that if they said, don't open, no, I definitely wouldn't. Were they just a mate you met down the pub who said,
don't open it,
yeah,
yeah.
of course you'd open it. But no, that, absolutely not, no.
David?
My job, as a doctor is all about trust. So if someone trusts you with that, then I have to respect their wishes and absolutely wouldn't open it.
Did you say just say, trust me, I'm a doctor?
I did, actually. I've used that line a few times, actually. It works every time.
I know it does, because we do trust you.
No,
don't
I know,
we?
it's brilliant, brilliant.
I must admit, I love that University of New England research, because it really made me think. But actually, all the points from the panel have made me think as well. I'm in a quandary. What about you? Would you open it, Kirsty?
I would.
You would?
Yeah.
I think I probably would too.
Yeah. You might need to talk to them about it. And,
Yeah,
and
and
then
then
you'd
you'd-
never be able to live with yourself if you hadn't have actually...
Absolutely.
been able to talk to them.
It might stimulate things that you wished were said.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Good point.
We have Doug on line 1.
Doug, good morning.
Good morning.
Would you open it?
Well, I'm in a slightly different position in that I've written it.
You've written a letter like this.
Well, yeah, I unfortunately am suffering from a terminal illness. And I wrote a letter to my partner, and I know she won't open it. And she could access it very easily. She's a computer whiz kid and could access it on my computer at any time. But I know she won't do it. I asked her straight and looked her straight in the eye. And I said, I don't want you to open this until the appropriate time. And I think that, well, I know that she will respect my wishes. I've known her for 15 years.
Doug, I think Kirsty's point just there, that perhaps the contents of the letter may actually leave the reader wishing that they could communicate with you, perhaps. Do you now worry about that perhaps when she reads the letter, she might wish she could have a conversation with you about the contents?
When that point was made by Kirsty, actually, just before I came online, I must admit it did make me think, is there anything in there that I should discuss with her before? And I did actually pull it up in the short time before I came online and reread it and thought, no, there is nothing there that it's not an unresolved issue. It is things that perhaps I should have said that I haven't said. And it's not exactly confessing on a deathbed, as it were.
No.
There is nothing in there that is contentious. Okay. There are things that I would rather she read after the time, as opposed to now.
Doug.
And that is what, and I want her to respect my wishes. So I agree with the rest of the panel, actually. Leave it. If I wrote it and told her I do not want it to be opened, until such time as I wish it to be opened. And I know she'll respect that.
OK. I have to say, Doug, it's a remarkable call to receive. Thank you. And best of luck with your journey as well. Thank you. That's made me think. Eric.
Okay, next we've got Tricia from Costa del Croydon, no less.
Hey,
So,
sister!
Yeah. So
Where do you go to school?
No, I'm from Camden.
Camden? Oh, well, we're not interested in you anymore. The Costa del Camden? Oh, it's not the same.
No, I wouldn't open it. I would show restraint and respect for my friend. And also, it would have something to look forward to. I'd feel too guilty if I did it. And then when they did die, we would have a moment at the end of it, regardless of whether it was a wind-up or not.
OK, and the lady on your other side, she hasn't got anything to say about this. We just want to talk about your boyfriend, don't we? What's your boyfriend's name?
Jeremy Vile.
Really?
Yes.
Not Jeremy, not the one on ITV. You actually go out with a bloke called...
Jeremy Vile, yes. His name... Spelled W-E-I-L.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. We're not interested in details. Thank you for sharing that. And that's about all we've got time for as far as the panel goes. Kevin O'Sullivan's TV week still to come. And it's over so soon. Lovely to see you, Ray, as per usual. Top man, inspiring figure. And don't miss Wild Britain. Kicks off on ITV1 this Monday at 8. Come back and see us again soon. Larry and David, amazing week. A real roller coaster, actually, for all of us, I think. And I know everyone at home has appreciated it.
And we are getting married, aren't we?
Yeah.